Hi everyone, Happy New Year and hope you all are safe and had a great break. Today, I'm going to answer the question, do you need to know math to do machine learning in 2022? Math is daunting. It was daunting for me growing up, and I completely understand the fear that we all have of working through this system. And especially for people who are getting into machine learning, you see that it's got a lot of math that you need to know to really dive deep into it. But in 2022, today, the simple answer is still no. You do not need to know math to get started and do things in machine learning, especially cool things. And the reason is very simple. As you can see, there's a lot of high-level APIs like the Google APIs or Amazon APIs, which can let you start creating services and do many cool things off the bat. And you can also go and find code for models online, train it on your own data pretty easily, and deploy your own things. And lastly, you can still use libraries like PyTorch and TensorFlow to do things through tutorials, just following them step by step and then messing around with a little bit of intuition. While I'm not saying this is the wisest approach, it still means that it's much more accessible to do machine learning. The prerequisites of math are not really required to jump right in. However, without the mathematics, you are still quite limited today. And here's three things knowing the math will help you do. First and foremost, the math will help you avoid mistakes, both serious and silly ones. So let's take a look at the kind of things that, knowing the math will help you avoid. So let's take this very little lovely playground developed by TensorFlow, which shows you how to train a neural network and what it actually does. The goal here is to divide this data set into two using this single neuron. Now, if you knew the math, you would know that this learning rate of 10 is a bad idea because a high learning rate makes it such that it's extremely hard for a neural network to learn things properly. That doesn't mean you can not learn that, oh, you can switch around the settings, but knowing that us having a smaller learning rate will immediately let me do this will save you a lot of time and a lot of mistakes and a lot of trial and error. That's one of the simpler things. The second part is that math allows you to go beyond these high level APIs like Watson and Google. And often that's because code on things like, GitHub and all these places tends to be kind of complicated sometimes. Sometimes, there's image pre-processing required, which you need to understand, which might get messy. Sometimes the code has bugs, everything from a memory leak, or sometimes it's outdated. So let's take the example here of what kind of initialization, what way would you initialize the neural network? And knowing what kind of initialization is the best initialization to do, or like the standard practice, can help you avoid a lot of pain here, because as you can see, different initializations have different levels of accuracy, and it just can be a huge thing in the long run. Now, point number 3 is that if you're doing machine learning, you probably want to be doing something cutting edge at some point of time. And sadly, many papers still do not release the code for it. So you're probably dealing with something like this and trying to figure out the theory, you walk through it, you look through the equations, and then you're like, okay, here's how I get what I need to get done. And that kind of sucks if you don't know the math about it. In conclusion, knowing the math will help you do more things faster and learn even faster. If I piqued your interest, I have some amazing resources which you can check out, like the Dive into Deep Learning textbook, which you can see, which is written by these amazing authors, which has a appendix about the math you need for deep learning, the mathematics for machine learning Coursera course, which is amazing, something I've taken personally, which will help you dive in deeper, and the data science masters, open data science masters, which also has all these amazing mathematics resources listed on. I hope you all have a great new year. And if anyone takes on learning AI or just even the mathematics of AI this year as a New Year's resolution, or if you decide to pick one of these courses up that I sent, please let me know. I'd love to know down in the comments below or via message. And I'd love to check in and know how I can help you out or what your progress was, and we can highlight you right here on my feed. Until next time.